There's a strange irony in human attraction. Younger men, often brimming with raw energy and ambition, believe they hold the monopoly on charm. But if you've paid attention to reality, the kind that happens in quiet corners of wine bars, art galleries, and chance encounters in airports, you'll notice something else entirely. Younger women are not merely fascinated by older men. In many cases, they are irresistibly drawn to them. This isn't just about wealth or status. It's deeper, more primal, and far more psychological than most people care to admit. From the perspective of stoic loading, the appeal of an older man rests not in chasing trends, but in embodying timeless qualities. Qualities that are forged in decades of wins and losses, heartbreaks and triumphs, late-night doubts and early-morning convictions. These qualities are what separate boys from men and men from legends. Let's break down the 7 archetypes of older men that younger women find themselves gravitating toward, not because they've been manipulated or dazzled, but because their subconscious recognizes a depth they can't ignore. 1. The unshakable. The first type is the man who has mastered emotional sovereignty. He doesn't overreact when life throws him off balance, nor does he crumble when faced with emotional storms. Younger women, often navigating the turbulence of early adulthood, find this stability magnetic. It's the silent message: no matter what happens, I won't lose myself. His calm is not laziness, it's deliberate, cultivated, and rooted in understanding that very few things in life are worth panicking over. In a world of impulsive swipes and knee-jerk reactions, this unshakable presence feels like an anchor in rough seas. 2. The storyteller. The second type is the older man whose life is a living archive of experiences. He's been places, met people, taken risks, and has the scars and the stories to prove it. He doesn't brag, he narrates. His words paint scenes so vivid you can smell the salt water from his sailing trip or feel the tension from that near disaster in a foreign city. Younger women are drawn to this because it speaks of a life fully lived, a life that offers her something far more enticing than a flawless Instagram feed, the chance to be part of a narrative that's rich, unpredictable, and unforgettable. 3. The self-made. Here's a truth: achievement hits differently when it's built over years. The self-made older man has climbed his mountains without shortcuts, carrying both victories and the wisdom from his failures. His career or craft is not just a means to make money, it's a manifestation of his discipline and vision. This is not about flashy displays of wealth, it's about the aura of competence. Younger women sense this energy instinctively. It's not just security. It's the promise of being with someone who knows how to turn vision into reality, no matter how steep the climb. 4. The mentor. Not to be confused with the condescending know-it-all, the mentor archetype offers guidance without ego. He doesn't tell her what to do, he illuminates the options she might not have seen. He listens more than he lectures. In doing so, he creates a dynamic that is both intellectually stimulating and emotionally supportive. Younger women are drawn to this because it speaks to a craving not for control, but for a partnership where growth is inevitable. His wisdom is not for show, it's for the mutual enrichment of both lives. At this point, the patterns become clear. It's not about age in years, it's about age in depth. Each of these archetypes carries a rare combination of presence, competence, and emotional maturity. And the truth is, these qualities can't be faked, at least not for long. 5. The adventurer. The adventurer is not reckless, but he refuses to be caged by routine. Whether it's booking a last-minute trip to a remote island or simply exploring a hidden cafe in his own city, he carries an energy of curiosity that's contagious. For younger women, this represents a break from the monotony of predictable dating. The adventurer says, life is still vast and we are still explorers. His age doesn't slow him down, it sharpens his sense of what's worth exploring. This combination of spontaneity and selectivity makes the time with him feel alive. 6. The protector. In a time where safety, both physical and emotional, can feel scarce, the protector archetype offers both without smothering. He stands up for what's right, not because it's fashionable, but because it's part of his nature. He knows when to step in and when to let someone fight their own battles. Younger women feel this presence not as a cage, but as a fortress. One that empowers her to take risks, knowing there's someone capable in her corner. The protector is not about dominance, it's about stewardship. 7. The philosopher. Finally, there's the philosopher. This man doesn't just live, he reflects. His conversations move effortlessly from the mundane to the profound. He reads not for entertainment, but for transformation. He questions without cynicism and answers without arrogance. Younger women are drawn to this because it opens dimensions of thought they didn't know existed. In a culture obsessed with the shallow, the philosopher offers depth, and in doing so, he creates an intimacy that goes beyond the physical. The Stoic loading perspective. From a Stoic loading standpoint, these archetypes are not accidental. They are cultivated. They are the result of years of trial, self-reflection, and intentional living. And the lesson here is not to pretend to be one of these types, but to actually become one in your own authentic way. An older man's allure is not about competing with younger men on their terms. It's about playing a different game entirely. A game where depth outshines flash and presence outweighs noise. Younger women, whether they can articulate it or not, feel this difference. They feel when a man's life is built on foundations of resilience, wisdom, and a refusal to be swayed by the trivial. And so, if you see yourself in any of these archetypes, lean into it. If you don't yet, start building it. Because attraction, in the end, is not about chasing anyone. It's about becoming someone worth finding.